This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, let's continue the same if conditional and conditional other conditional statements. So now I'm going to talking about truth and false. So truth can be defined say value is 1, false can be defined its value is 0. So truth can be defining the evaluation true and false the value is can defining its evaluation false. So when the value is true, I can do one operation, and when that evaluation false, I can do other operation. So how the system can understanding, so when I want to printing something, when directly come to else part, I want to execute it. Okay, let's consider how non-boolean data type like a string or number. String nothing but a collection of characters. A number can be defined as a number 129 0 to 9. So these are elevated when checked inside in a condition, but sometimes you will want to check that variable existing or not, and you won't necessarily to want like a equal specific value. For example, let word count equal to 0. Let word count. Let is the variable. Word count is 0. Word count is, what is that? It's variable name. Equal to is assignment operator. 0 is the false value. Means, okay, there are no word counts. If word count, the value is 0, right? That's why I want print. So better get to work. In case of the work count is value 1, it will be printing great, you have started your work. Click on run, so better get to work. So 0 always you can consider it's a false value. In case if you give the value true, so let word count equal to 1. So if word count equal to 1, now it will be printing great, you have started your work. Otherwise, bet get to 1. And sometimes so directly be able to use that boolean values that may be true or false. In this case, we can consider 0 is the false, 1 is a true. Okay. And now I can move to like an I can move to another example. Control C. Let number of apples equal to 0 means there are no apples. Let number of apples equal to 0 means so there are no apples. It's a 0 apple means no apples. If number of apples 0, so first of all it will be like a set it at 0, right? Now the value is 0. What happened? This condition evaluation false, like a 2, right? Okay. So what happened in this case? Directly come to else part and no apples left. So 0 is considered a false value. So when I click on that run, it's printing no apples left. If you give that value number of apples to run, yes, we have 2 apples. Let us eat apples. Okay, so 0 is nothing but say false value. Okay, so first of all, we're checking this condition if statement. Okay, this condition evaluation false because there are no apples a false value, right? So if the value is true, then printing the first one. When the evaluation false, the directly come to else part and execute it. No apples left. Okay, so let's move to our exercises. Given exercises like reset the workspace. Reset the workspace. Change the value of word count is that is truthy. The value should still be number. After you make this change and run your code, great, you have started your work. Okay, so now go to let word count. Change the value of word count. So by default, they're given 0, so that it is truth. And this value should still be a number. Okay, I can give that change the number value 1. And after you make this change, okay, already changed, and run your code. So great, you have started your work. It's a true value, right? It's a value true. That's why printing the first one. So great, you have started your work. It's a false value, then better get to work. And coming to second exercise, change the value of favorite phrase so that it is a still string but falsy. After you make these changes and run your code, the string is definitely empty. This is definitely empty. Should log to the console. So now I have taken one string value, right? Okay, that's why it's printing. So the string doesn't seems to be empty. In case if we give the value and it's a 0, so one what happened and directly come to the string is definitely empty. The string is definitely empty. And now if you take that empty value, so click on run once again. So so when I taken let favorite pairs equal to null value, nothing but empty. Kajal, please go on mute. Kajal, please go on mute. Okay, coming to second exercise, let favorite pairs equal to it's a empty value. Empty, right? Nothing defined. So in case if we give that any, it's not empty. So when it's not empty, favorite fits so have some value side, it's the value is true, right? That's what it's printing. The string doesn't seem to empty. And so when that value is empty, so that moment, so this condition evaluation false, right? Directly come to else part, then printing the string is definitely empty, right? So this is the way we can using the true and false assignments. Okay, and the same exercise we can do it. I can skip this one, same one, not required. Okay, okay. Next one, I'm going to talking about ternary operator. Ternary operator. So instead of using if and else if and else statement, directly you can be able to use the question mark. That question mark can be defined in say if and else statements. Okay, so in the spirit of using a shorthand syntax, we can use a ternary operator to simplify an if else statement. So take a look at the glance if else statement examples. Okay, so already they're given number of examples, right? Let is locked. So when your house door is locked, so you want to printing that yes, your door is locked, so you will need a key to open the door. So this like values are false, right? Okay, so the lock is not like the door is not locked. Your home like a lock is the door is not locked, right? That moment directly come to this one. You will not need a key to open the door because door is not locked, right? It's a false value. You will not need so you will not need a key to open the door. Okay, and next one is so is night time. So is correct is a favorite fits like this all right is night time. So then we want to print it out. So if is night time, is it true, right? Yes, it's night time. So now I want to turn on the lights. So if the value taken the false, first one is that like evaluation false, right? Directly come to like else part, then it will be printing turn off the lights. So now I'm going to using like this all. I'm using like a ternary operator instead of using which one if and else statements. Okay. So let me executing one by one. Let is locked equal to false already taken. Okay. Instead of using if else statement, you can remove this all is locked. Okay. So then I want to print the console.log and log message. And otherwise, just you can take colon. So let is locked. Yes, now the door is not locked. Right now the door is not locked. Okay, just I'm executing my code is locked. Okay, so then I want to printing. Okay, so you will need a key to open the door. If the door is not locked, you will need not to key to open the door. So instead of using if and else statement, directly we can using the like a ternary operator. Just a second. What was wrong? I think semicolon missing. Parenthesis missing, right?
Sir, single code, single codes.
Single code not required.
Not required.
So is locked. Ternary operator is locked. So then I want to print console.log, and then you will need a key to open the door. Then console.log. Semicolon already taken, right?
Single quote is missing, sir.
In first statement, single
Even
quote is
after
not
the
needed, sir.
even after the door, you have to put the single quote.
Yes, string value, right?
Yes.
Value should be always keep in single double quote. Okay, so you will not need a key to open the door. So instead of using like a if and else statement, directly we can be able to using the operator. Like see is locked. I have taken the question mark. So if the door is locked, I want to print this one. Otherwise, printing this one. Okay, so which value I have taken here? It's a false. Door is not locked. That's why. So you will not need a key to open the door. It's printing. And next one is let is correct, and you can remove else if statements. Just you can take question mark and then remove else if statement also. Just you can take semicolon and run. Semicolon also we have to remove. Yes. So like let is correct. Let is correct is the variable and true is the value. So first one is that evaluation true, right? That's why it's printing correct. And in case if you give the value false, what happened? Printing the incorrect. Printing incorrect. Okay, now taking brain values. Now checking that one by one. And next one is third one is let favorite fits equal to love that. If favorite fits equal to love that, yes, it's a refactor. Okay, so let favorite fits equal to love that. Okay, so I have taken that parent operator. Like I have taken the string value love that. Print first one is that like first one is taking that like a exact string value. Yes. So I love that. That's why printing I love that. Okay, and if you take another value, it's not printing. Let me take that refactor. Refactor and edit the first if else block user array operator. Okay, already used, right? Yes. And the refactor the second if it's black array operator. So already we seen everyone, right? Like every exercise, right? Okay, no problem. I can move it. Already done and run it multiple times. Get you the solution and replace with your solution. Then we can move to other exercise. This is about ternary operator and very important in like conditional statements. If, else if, and else statement. Previously, separately we used if statement, then so I used else if like else part else statement also. But in between if statement and else statement, so we can be able to add a number of infinite else if statements. So when we can use else if statements, so when the first condition evaluation false and it is coming to second one also false coming to third one, and like that fourth one, fifth one, and sixth one. So at least one condition evaluation true that will be executing. So all the conditions are evaluation false directly coming to else part that will be executed. Now I'm going to show combination of else, else if, and else statement. So when you want to define the n number of statements, then we can go with else if statement. For example, let me take this code. Already they given an example. Let stoplight equal to yellow. So they have taken, they have assigned one like a value to stoplight. Stoplight is the variable, and just I'm checking if stoplight equal to red, so it will be printing stop. And so this condition evaluation false, right? And when you take in else if statement, what happened? It will come to another statement. Stoplight equal to yellow. Yes, this will be like a evaluation true. It will be printing slow down. And in case if you given that value green, I have taken now the value is green, right? So let's stoplight equal to green. First of all, it will be executing the if statement. Yes, this condition evaluation false. And coming to second statement, no, this is also evaluation false. And now coming to first statement, yes, this is the true. So the value is true, right? Then so printing go. Okay, so red, yellow, green, and unknown, right? So red, yellow, green. So in this case, I'm giving orange or black. My lights are traffic lights are not working. In this case, I'm taking black color. So when we execute this code, first of all, it will be checking if statement, this condition evaluation false, second one also false, one also false. Finally, what happened? So coming to else part and executing that caution unknown, caution unknown. Clear guys, any questions up to now? Clear?
Yeah, clear, Srinivas.
No, sir.
Okay. And you can take multiple examples for better understanding. See, this is stoplight example. Now I will take the seasons. Okay, we have so many seasons. So click on that. No, don't go for isolation. And reset your workspace. Then you can execute in the code. Let season equal to summer. Same. If season equal to spring, it will be printing. It's a spring. There are trees are budding. All right. So now I'm going to writing so like else if statement. Okay, so write else if statement. Else if statement. Season equal to first one winter, right? Winter. Season equal to winter. Winter and console dot log. So we have to print. It's a winter. Everything is covered in snow. Okay, and the next one, next another else if statement. First of all, let me execute this one. Execute this one.
In else if next bracket is there, sir.
Equal to.
Else if
Actually, I am giving that like a single equal, right? We have to give the double or triple equal to. This is an equal to string. Then I want to print this one. Else if statement.
Fifth point.
Just wait. Else if statement. This is an equal to winter. Then I want to printing. So it's winter. Everything is covered in snow. Else if statement. Console.log. It's winter. Everything is covered snow.
Before else curly braces you remove, sir.
Last
Before
else,
else.
sir.
Here. Down 13th.
No, this is the correct.
Already you have put in 9, column 9 you have already put there.
We have to close after. Just a second. That extra already is there, right? Okay. See, I have taken that season equal to summer, and if season equal to spring, so printing that is a spring that trees are budding. So in case of the season equal to winter, then printing that winter everything is covered in snow. Okay. So first one is completed. Then I can take that another one. So else if you can take another else if statement, and then season will equal to season equal to what is the next season? As a statement, the season equal to fall. What is the fall season? And I would say fall leaves are falling. Console.log. So let me execute this one, run it.
in 11th line, sir, inverted comma closed before the full stop. 11th line.
Just a second.
11th
Console.log.
Again, like 14th line, you can remove that.
Same.
Yeah.
So is taken. Okay, every time. Okay. So you can remove this one. So when you want to define the n number of else if statement, then only we can use that extra curly braces. Otherwise, you can remove it. Actually, I can adjust the code. Okay. So they're given the one more last one. So when that season is summer, let me take season summer. Else if season will equal to this window is very difficult to practice basically sometimes, okay, but directly we'll be able to write the code in natural places. So I'll see if season equal to summer, then I want to print console.log it says sunny and warm because it's summer. It's sunny and warm because it's summer, right? Okay, so now I have taken the example seasons. Okay, let season equal to summer. I have taken one like our season, right? Summer. So first of all, so when customer is given that value summer, right? First of all, it will be executing if statement, condition evaluation false, right? And coming to else if statement, this one also false. And coming to another else if statement, this one also false. Finally come to summer. So printing, so it says sunny and warm because it's a summer. And in case if you give that any another season, like a season, like any, okay, so I have taken one unknown season, right? Invalid season. Okay, there is no season name called season. So click on that run, so you will get the invalid season. Okay, guys, this is the combination we're using if, else if, and else statements. And the last conditional statement is called switch cases. Guys, do you know anybody? What is the difference between if and else if statements and the switch cases? Which is the best practice to use in code? Anybody idea, guys?
Switch case is like case by case execution. If one case is true, that will only execute, else other cases will not execute. So it will check case by case, else default statement will execute automatically. But in if and else condition, it will go like, it will check one statement, another statement will go like in iteration, like first, second, third, and fourth, whatever number of statements will be there. But in switch case, it will check the condition first and then only it will execute it.
Yes. So when you're using if and else if statement and else statements, what happen? So every statement will be executing line by line. So when your condition evaluation true, so that will be printing. But so it has to be executing all the statements until true. So evaluation true. But switches cases are not like that. Very simple. So when that the values that like evaluation true directly come to that case that will be executing and print the value, and it won't check it out and it will take the break. For example, so I have taken the papaya. The papaya value is $1.29. So when this case evaluation like a direct, it won't executing all the statements one by one. So directly, so what is the value is matched to your value. What is the statement is matched to your value. Directly come to that switch case and executing and printing this value. It won't execute one by one. I can show you practically. Let me take this code. Okay, so let grocery item is papaya, right? Okay, this kind of coding very frequently they're using that like grocery shoppings. Okay, so kind of like a barcode, right? So when you like the barcode, when you take that barcode, so directly it will go to that item and take the like price of that item and printing it out. Okay, so if grocery item equal to tomato, the printing 0.49, and else if statement like papaya and printing that 1.29. So when I click on that run, printing papaya, because so in this case what happened, so for first condition evaluation true, that's why coming to else if statement printing the papaya price value. But a switch case is not like that. So directly come to papaya value, directly printing and giving the value. So don't coming like a loop will not running in that particular code when you're using switch cases. Okay, but so when you are using the switch cases, so when you are using the if statement, so you have only limited conditions. So that moment we can go for if and else if statement. For example, like a below 20 statements, okay, or 15 statements. If and else statements is always best practice. But more than 20 statements, for example, in grocery shop, almost we have like so many items. Okay, so if you want to printing the particular item cost or price, very difficult. So through scripting, right? That case, so switch case is the best practice. So when that condition evaluation true, immediately we will take the break, so it won't execute in the remaining statements. Okay, but if statement not like that, it will be running the loop. Okay, so let me take the grocery item, same papaya and all those things. So let grocery item equal to papaya. Papaya is one item. Okay, grocery item is the variable. It's a var keyword. Okay, so in case if you are not using any if statement directly, we can use a switch case. So you can use the switch case. This is like a switch statement, and a grocery item is the variable directly we can call. Then so we have to use the case keyword. Case keyword. So case is tomato, and I want to printing console.tomato price is $0.49 and take the break. Case is a lime, printing this one, and a case is papaya and something, so you can take the one more break. So what is the use of switch cases? For example, papaya is one statement, right? Papaya is one statement, sorry, one item. So this item is stored into this variable. Now I'm checking, so what is the cost of the papaya? Okay, so this value is matched to like a third one, right? In this case, what it can do, so coming to one by one, directly printing the papaya and I take the break. It won't execute in the remaining statements. For example, I have almost 1,000 items, and our item is taken, it is in fourth place. So it will be executing until to fourth place, then it won't execute the remaining cases. Automatically time will be saved to like there is no burden on the server, right? That's the reason. So sometimes we have to go for switch cases. Okay, when I click on that run, so printing the papaya value. In case if you take that one more value, like I will take apple. Okay, so when I click on that run, invalid item, right? So there is no apple in our grocery shop. So it will be executing one by one. Okay, so finally, like what happened? It's like a default, it's invalid season. And I take the break. Okay, that is the importance of switch case. And now move to
Srinivas, what is this default whenever we are using any
it's a kind of
item?
else statement. It's not else statement. Hello.
Okay, okay. It's like else
So
statement, right?
yes,
Whichever.
yes. Default is
Okay.
nothing but it's a kind of else statement. So when you're
Okay.
using like a default, like a switching statement, so else statement is like a kind of else statement is a default. Okay. So let's write a switch statement. Decide the so medal to award like athletic. So they're given some cases here. Directly come to exercises. Let's write the switch statement to decide what medal to award in. So very simple guys. First of all, we need to understand the standards of the language. So then we'll be able to write the scripting. So scripting is never difficult because just you can be able to copy paste it. And just at least you have to understand the logic. So what we are doing with this particular script. So if you understand such a way, you'll be able to working with very easily in the scripting part. And we can be able to copy paste standard code. Just we have to change your logic as per the business requirement. Okay, so now I'm going to take the switch case, like switch, and so this adult final position. Sometimes don't type that variable names manually, it's very difficult. Might be you can mistake, not required. And just you can define the number of cases. So we have to follow the syntax of the switch case. And what is the adult? Let's write the switch statement to decide what medal to award an adult. Adult final position is already defined, and I think we have to take the break, right? So the providing the switch statement. I think I will take first place. First of all, we have to read that requirement, what they're given. So let's write the switch statement to decide what model award in that authority is already defined. So on the top of, so start by writing the switch statement. Switch statement. So start by writing the switch statement with other position as a its expression. Okay. So then inside that switch statement, add three cases. Okay, let me write the first case. So when that position is first place, then we need to print console.log. So you got gold medal. Then so we have to take the break. Let me run it. So dot you get
First place column.
no, I think colon is
No, colon,
not
semicolon.
We need to take three
Fifth
cases.
line, sir, fifth line.
Not
actually
semicolon.
not semicolon. Yes, we have to take it.
Yeah.
So you got the gold medal. And remaining cases you can write manually, guys. You can take the under case. Okay, and might be I think it's a second place, right? First one is completed, and the second place. Second place, so you got the silver medal. And take the break. No, double. You got gold medal because the first place, right? So in case if it is second place, so directly come to that second case and printing the second case. And similarly, we can copy paste the code like this and write the number of cases according to business requirement. And third one is third place. So when you go third place, and you get the bronze medal. You get the bronze medal, right? And run it. You got the gold medal.
Semicolon.
So I have taken. So semicolon is not required for every time. So as per the coding standards, we have to follow like a process of semicolon, but it's not mandatory. But in this case, I'm taking like a third place. THIRT, third place. Okay, so how the switch statement is executing? So so once the statement is like a evaluation true, the case is evaluation true. So directly it will be printing that the respective case and take the break. It won't executing the remaining cases if you already defined in the your switch statement. Clear? So you get the bronze medal. And finally, so we have to define the default one. So what is the default one? I will take the default for nothing kind of statement. Default spelling. Console.log. No medal award. No medal award. Run it. So when you got the fourth place, suppose athlete got fourth place. No medal awarded, and take the break. So this is the difference between like a if statement and else if statement. Then finally cases. Click on next, and just you can review it. So where to go here are some of the major concepts of conditional statements. So very important conditional statements are like if, else if, and else statement, and finally switch cases. If and else statements are very frequently we are using in the coding, every coding language, but some cases. So we are going to using like switch cases, and already we've seen how we can using comparison statements, comparison operators, and or operator, and greater than, less than. So the logical operator already we've seen that, the bang operator and the ternary operators, and so instead of using only, if you are using only if and else statements, then ternary operator is the best practice. Depends on your comfortable and flexibility, so you can be able to use anything. Okay, guys. Clear? So next one is the functions. So functions and other things we can discuss in directly in Glide APIs, guys. Just we need to understand the basic level standards like on JavaScript. Once you understood everything like fundamentals of JavaScript, and directly you will be able to switch it to like Glide APIs. So in Glide APIs already I prepared a lot of documentation, guys. Don't worry, just wait. I will share this documentation from tomorrow. Every day we'll share the documentation. Okay, so actually we have to write this scripting Glide APIs. What is the Glide API? Types of Glide APIs. What are the methods are there in each API? And what is the importance of each API? These all the APIs we can executing one by one. Almost we have 318 pages. Okay. Okay, guys. Tomorrow I can start Glide APIs. So up to now you can practice JavaScript fundamentals. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to end up class today. See you tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock. Thanks for your time. Stay. Take care. Bye bye.